Here we go. Now we're live. It's tough to see with the sun glaring. We're talking about some of the stories of Mark Smelly Bell. So, true, you never actually had a quote-unquote real job?
No, I don't believe in it. Not a big fan.
You wouldn't have survived anyway, son.
No, I worked at Marshall's for about 2 weeks.
Oh,
and
God.
I specifically told them that I couldn't be on the schedule for a specific day. I can't remember what day it was.
You say, basically, you're like, listen, if tomorrow's bench press day, I can't be running this register. My shoulders are going to be fatigued.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was more along the lines something to do with football. I was just like, I'm not going to be able to work Saturdays or something like that. I can't remember.
Was that when you were a football coach?
No, it was when I was playing football. This was
in college?
When I was in high school.
Oh, in high school.
Yeah.
So your last real job was in high school.
That was it.
You is a lazy sumbitch.
You's a lazy bastard. What do you want, a TV on there too?
Yeah, dude, you know what I'm talking about.
Jerky Boys. Back in the day.
People don't know Jerky Boys. This is just a little out of control.
Jerky Boys rule.
So we're talking about nonconformists. How we kind of wouldn't be able to hold down a real job, even if it was a good job, just because we believe in going beyond the boundaries. So a little bit about you is that you're this man on a mission trying to make the world a stronger place, a better place to lift in. Yeah. You've created some very unique products, some slingshots, compression gear for knees, elbows, joints to let people kind of, but so they can lift heavy on a regular basis, right. Stay healthy. And, people tend to be frozen in time or frozen in a decision making. They kind of stop right before it's time to make a decision. They stop right before, the race is going to begin, or they stop before the finish line. What is like some of the motivation for you to create things, being like videos on the internet, to constantly do QnA on Facebook, to create, slingshots to help people lift more? What motivates you?
I just feel like, if you're not moving forward, that you're standing still. If you're standing still, you're not making progress. And so I always feel like I have to just keep pushing forward. Some of this stuff is harder than others. Like, people don't really realize, but like, I enjoy the power project. I enjoy doing the videos and stuff. But like, it's hard. It's hard to try to answer some of these questions in a concise way that makes sense. That makes sense to everybody. So some of the things are difficult, but just because they're difficult doesn't mean you give up or doesn't mean that you stop. Obviously, like, something like making a slingshot wasn't easy either. And, running a magazine's not easy.
They say running a magazine is near impossible.
Yeah, it can be...
Thank you, Andy Bell.
Yeah, it can be
Thank you, wifey.
Yeah, it can be very difficult, but yeah, I got a good team of about 3 people, which is really just me, my wife, and then we have an editor.
Like the A-team back in the day.
And then we also have someone who helps lay out the magazine, does the graphics and stuff. So I guess they got about a whopping 4 people. And then I got contributors, like my boy, the underground strength coach, Zach Evanesh.
I crushed it with the interviews in the latest issue.
Zach Evanesh is out of control.
I'm out of control. Now, here's an interesting question for you. You said that sometimes it's tough. I'm not sure if this is like your typical day, but I'm staying here at your house. We didn't wake up too early.
We woke up when we wanted to.
We woke up when we wanted to. Went out for breakfast. We're filming some stuff here. What do you have bad days? And what do you do during what is a bad day? And what do you do when there is a challenging day or like a tough day where you're like, shit, man, I need to go. I'm just going to go back to Marshall's.
Yeah, those are tough. It's tough to manage things. I always tell people, one great lesson that people need to learn in life is they need to learn how to lose sometimes. You're not always going to win. You're not always going to be able to be the best. You're not always going to be able to kick a lot of ass. And looks like I'm in trouble.
The wifey.
Oh, I'm pulling into the wrong house.
Pulling into the wrong house. So, one thing that helps you get through a bad day, let's close out the video with that. What is one thing that you're like, man, this is what I'm going to do. This is what's going to help me make it? What's the one thing?
Hello.
Hi, I didn't hear from you, so I was going to take her.
Yeah, I know. You texted me a little bit late. I didn't know if you were still
Yeah, I forgot.
going or whatever.
Quinn!
One thing to help through a bad day. I mean, something that I do in the gym is to try to always finish on a positive note. So I guess it might sound a little corny, but just to try to look on the brighter side, try to think of the things that you have done, some of the things that you have accomplished, rather than focusing on the things that you don't have or the things that others have. That can really drive you crazy. So you got to try to focus in on yourself and your own accomplishments and the things that you're able to do.
Simple but powerful. Thank you, Mark Smelly Bell, supertraining.tv. Peace out, kids.
Later.